Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fandom Fights Teams Edition. We're here for the Teams title match. Very exciting. A long time in the making. But I'm really pumped for this because we get to see Duel the Fates against Young Justice 2. They're playing again. And Young Justice beat Duel the Fates last time in a 3-round match. And now they're playing in a 5-round match. This is great. Talk to all these teams a lot. They play a lot. Javi and Holtzman have said multiple times, like, we're the only team to duel the fates, huh? And then Brittany and Tyler have been like, I fucking hate them. So I'm really excited. Nick, you're here. Your thoughts?
I'm very excited, Tim. Let's start. Young Justice, how'd they get here? Obviously, they had a great run in the tournament last year. They had a chance to play for the belts earlier, were upset by Galacti's nuts. Since then, we haven't seen much of Young Justice, but they did accomplish some great feats recently, getting a couple wins and then upsetting Rule of Two to be an eligible option for this act of Back to Formula. And not only were they an eligible option, but clearly Jake and Mark thought they were the best option because they chose them to take to the number 1 contender match. Young Justice wins that. We get Duel of the Fates, Young Justice 2. I'm excited. Duel of the Fates has been a dominant team champions. Getting a couple defenses in there. You're right. They've only lost to 2 teams before, and that's Wookiee Mistake and that's Young Justice. It's a little poetic that this upset, Young Justice upset Duel of the Fates in the tournament last year. Neither of them are going to be in the tournament this year. Instead, the winner of this match gets to play the winner of the tournament. The stage is set. I don't think it could be much bigger. I'm excited for the culmination of Back to Formula.
Yeah, and if you watched anything that happened over the weekend, obviously Tyler played in a singles match. Don't want to spoil it right now. Maybe they will in the promos. We'll find out. But Tyler did play in a singles title match yesterday, so will that experience help him here today? Probably. It's a good experience to have. We'll see you guys after the promos, but first, the promos.
Here with Young Justice. And I'm hoping by the end of this match, we will be thanking Back to Formula. It's not that they gave us this opportunity. These boys earned this opportunity. We'll see if we can take them one step further. Boys?
Yeah, we are here to prove that we take this incredibly seriously. And so we dressed up for the occasion. So, hi. How's it going? Lilo and Stitch, top tier fandom movie. If nothing else, we're going to be comfy while we're doing this. So, yeah, that's all I got.
I don't think.
Go ahead. I got nothing.
No, it's you.
Okay, well, I'm just happy to be in a title match. Never been in one. Never thought I would be in one. So here we go.
Same
I
here.
didn't think of a Lilo and Stitch based sign off. So light the fuse. In
Ohana means family.
There you go.
What the fuck was that? And they want to be comfortable. That looks more uncomfortable. Like I would be miserable in that thing. Okay. Whew, interesting. Throw me off my game. That's correct. So tonight, we have something first. The only team ever comprised of 2 singles champions. Won the Fandom belt. Now, team going to defend their team title. Again, I've said this before. I think the league's tired of seeing us up here. We're not tired of playing yet, so we're going to continue to play and hopefully come out victorious tonight. Again, they beat you. They'll say it. They beat you before. I don't believe I managed that match when they beat you. I don't add a ton to this team, but I wasn't there for that loss. So let's hope that streak continues tonight. So.
Nick, I was going to get into my Mickey Mouse costume, but sadly it's in the laundry, so I can't. But your thoughts on the promos?
Tim, I was almost positive that Holtzman and Javi had somehow sprouted handlebar mustaches since
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
But no, I'm excited. Both teams are ready. Young Justice kind of's got nothing to lose. At the end of the day, they've won before, and it's their first time in a title, whereas Duel is defending. Both teams seem right where they should be. And yeah, Duel of the Fates used to have the singles champion on it. Now they got the singles champion on it again in a different form that looks a lot like me. Anyway.
Very much like you. Let's get into it, starting with round number 1. How's it going to work, Nick?
Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions that are on the Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 1?
2 quick questions. Sorry. 1, 4 repeats. Yeah.
4 repeats? Oh, I said 3. Yes, 4.
And 2, what did Cody say? Was it significant? I muted him.
No.
Great.
Maybe.
Let's get into it. Starting with round number 1, Nick. What's the first question?
First question comes in the category of horror icons. Who plays the older version of Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th, 2009?
So Cam's dressed as Stitch.
Yeah.
Does that mean Javi's wearing a dress?
It's a hula skirt, Tim.
Does that mean Javi's wearing a skirt?
Luckily, I had to change this question from what does Ohana mean?
1. Let's start with Tyler Birch.
Derek Mears.
Let's go to Javi.
I think I'm off. I said Kane Hodder.
And Brittany.
Derek Mears.
And Cameron.
Man, I hope Kane Hodder's right.
Derek Mears is correct. So, Duel of the Fates goes up 2-0. Your next question is in the category of American Spies. What is the name of the ship that the Coast Guard boards at the opening of Clear and Present Danger?
Oh.
Yeah, that's all right. I edited a match yesterday in which I changed the wording of your question. You got very upset with me. You were very upset.
I was?
You were. You went like this. 5.
Oh.
3.
Sometimes you struggle to read and I forget to understand.
Down. Yeah, that's fair. Let's go to Javi.
No, I don't got it. I said Dallas.
Let's go to Brittany.
Enchanter.
Cameron.
I also said the USS Dallas.
And Tyler.
Is it the Enchanter?
It is the Enchanter. Enchanter is correct. All right. What's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of DreamWorks animation. Your question is,
Please.
in Over the Hedge, how many children are there in the group of foragers? And by children, we mean they have a parent in the group as well.
I love a good rum and Coke.
Yeah?
Kick back, watch a title match, have some rum, get fucked up.
Yep. Now we got a match after this, Tim.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brittany, let's go to you.
I said 4.
Let's go to Cameron.
4.
Tyler.
4.
And Javi.
Yeah, 3 porcupines, 1 possum, 4.
4 is correct. I don't know if that's what it is. That sounds right, but I'm not looking at it, Nick. Yeah, so that is correct. 3 porcupines, 1 possum. Your next question is in the category of Worlds of DC. Which member of the Suicide Squad often imagines others as their mother in the Suicide Squad?
I was just confused because I was like, I literally wrote the words 3 porcupines, 1 possum right next.
Yeah, you did. I wasn't looking. I was trying to move on to the next question, but I guess we just had to delay it more to talk about the porcupines and the possums.
I just, I worked hard to write that. I didn't need to write that. No one's ever going to know.
1 pens down. Let's go to Cameron.
Polka Dot Man.
Let's go to Tyler.
Polka Dot Man.
And Javi.
Yeah, I wanted to channel my inner Igor, so Abner Krill or Polka Dot Man.
And Brittany.
Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man is correct. Clean sweep, 8-4. What's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of Law and Order. A character is left at a hospital where he is given a lobotomy and an attempt to remove his appendix in which Law and Order film?
Nick, I'm not gonna lie to you. My back is seizing up a little bit. I'm gonna stick this pillow down there.
Oh no!
Oh God, so I could not feel like I'm dying on the inside. Oh, that is better. That is comfy. That's good living right there. 5,
I'm glad.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Let's start with Tyler
Lethal Weapon 3.
and Javi.
Okay. Lethal Weapon 3.
Oh my God. Brittany
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Lethal Weapon 3.
and Cameron.
Lethal Weapon 3.
That is another clean sweep, 10-6. Your next question is in the category of the MCU. Who voices Veb, the Amphor? What word is that, Nick?
Amorphous.
All right. The amorphous member of the rebellion obsessed with holes in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania.
Probably could have just stopped at Bev, Tim.
Yeah, I think everyone started writing
Everyone was writing, yeah.
like immediately.
And then you said the thing about holes that I guess we didn't need to say.
It's good to talk about holes, though.
Maggie is always
live
confused
action.
about that holes joke.
What did you say?
3, 2.
Oh wait, Holes, the movie.
Hands down. Let's go to Javi.
Polka Dot Man. David Dastmalchian.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Let's go to Brittany.
David Decimal.
Let's go to Cameron.
I think we were all thinking the polka dot man thing. David
Yeah.
Dastmalchian.
And Tyler.
David Dastmalchian.
All are correct. So 12
Oh.
8. What is the next question, Nick?
I was also thinking Polka Dot Man 2 questions ago when I was like, wow, I wish I could change the question 2 questions from now. Your next question comes in the category of Disney animation. In Frozen 2, what is the word that Elsa fails to charade, causing her and Anna to lose charades?
I played charades with Maggie and my niece a couple months ago. Did not go well, especially because my niece is 11, and one of the cards was Amelia Clark. Somehow figure out how to explain to an 11-year-old who Amelia Clark is. 5.
Naked Dragon Lady.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I think we are to Javi.
Frozen.
Let's go to Brittany.
Oh, I thought that'd be too easy. I said nice.
Let's go to Cameron
I said Prince.
and Tyler.
I said snow.
Ice is correct. Oh,
He's so confident.
Brittany, the only one to remain perfect now as we get to the next question, which is in the category of Middle Earth. How many Middle Earth films does actor Lawrence McAvoy appear in?
Is that? I'd say that was pretty good. I would. You just made it up?
Total guess.
Oh, okay. I don't know, quite frankly.
I don't either.
I would say like Maycor, but the way you said it, I believe that more.
Maycoar? 5.
Oh, being like boat.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brittany.
I wasn't sure. I said 3.
Let's go to Cameron.
I know who he plays. I wrote 5.
Let's go to Tyler
I also said 3.
and Javi.
And I also said 3.
3 is correct. So it is 15-9. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right. What's next?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of Marvel. In Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the first time Gwen meets Miguel and Jess, they help her stop an alternate universe version of what villain?
This movie's fucking awesome.
It's so good. I need to start streaming, though. I don't want to pay $6.
That's fair.
I bought it on Vudu when it came out on Vudu because Maggie hadn't seen it, so we watched it together. And it just came out on Blu-ray. Ergo, why it's eligible for this match. And I watched it again. It's so fucking good.
Did Maggie like it?
A lot of money.
Maggie loved it. 3. She liked the first one more though. 1. Pens down. I like this one more personally. Let's go to Cameron.
Vulture.
Let's go to Tyler.
And the Vulture.
And let's go to Javi.
I said the vulture.
Oh my god.
and Brittany.
I just said vulture.
Vulture is correct. 11 to 17 as we get into your final question in the round, which is in the category of Jimmy B. James Bond. Q has Bond sign an insurance waiver at an airport before showing him his new car in which James Bond film. Nick, and I believe if Brittany hits this, she gets her 27th perfect round this year.
She will, and yes. Also, can I talk now?
Yes.
Good, because I was about to give you a great business idea, and you just kept cutting me off. You should sell 24-hour subscriptions to your Voodoo to people.
Ooh, 5
You're
for
saying.
studying purposes,
Or just in general. Give me $50. You can have it a week.
hands down. I actually like that idea. Let's go to Tyler.
I don't know. I said tomorrow never dies.
Let's go to Javi.
I also don't know. I said Skyfall.
Let's go to Brittany
Tomorrow never dies.
and Cameron.
You know what else dies? Another day.
Tomorrow Never Dies is the
Good
correct.
job, Tyler.
So Brittany gets the perfect round, and Nick, before we go to the bonus question, I have the score at 19 to 11. Is that what you have?
Yes, Tim.
All right,
Nice.
so Brittany, you are going to get a bonus question to you, only to you. You do not need to use your whiteboard. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, your question is, which actor provides their voice to the following fandom animated films? Monsters vs. Aliens, DC League of Super Pets, Monsters University, and Shrek the Third. Five, four, three.
I'm just gonna say Conrad Vernon. Sorry, Tyler.
That is incorrect. We were looking for John Krasinski. John Krasinski.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
the score 19 to 11 as we get into round number 2. All repeats and challenges intact. Yes, Nick?
Yes, Tim.
All right, let's get into it. How's it going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 10 fandom categories on it. No spinners or opponent's choice, as it is a multi-person match. Each team will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. They'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down to multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Tim, what's on the wheel today?
On the lovely wheel from wheeldecide.com is DreamWorks Animation, Star Trek, Scores and Soundtracks, Planet of the Apes, DC, Middle Earth, American Spies, MCU, Marvel, and Fandom Quotes. And this wheel today is brought to you by the Peacock original Love Island, streaming now. Okay. So
American or UK?
I think America. Duel of the Fates, you are in the lead. You may speak with your manager behind the scenes in your Skype call. Do you want to spin first or defer?
We're gonna go first.
Okie dokie. So this is going to be your spin then, Duel of the Fates. It lands on Detective Comics.
We'll keep that, please.
Okie dokie. All right, so Nick is going to go ahead and give Duel of the Fates their questions. Who is going to be the answerer for Duel of the Fates? Brittany Tapley. Okay, so just a reminder, you still only have your 15 seconds, so be sure to get in to give your final answer. Nick, take it away.
Duel of the Fates. Are you prepared for your questions in the category of DC? Your first question. Which DC film features a former colonel running a fighting ring in South Carolina?
Jonah Hex, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who voices Lois Lane in DC League of Super Pets?
Olivia Wilde, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. What does Constantine trap a demon in at the beginning of Constantine after performing an exorcism on a young girl?
A mirror. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question. What is the name of the article that Lois is writing at the end of Superman Returns?
Why the world needs Superman. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question. In Stardust, the character Billy used to be what animal?
A goat. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points in the clean sweep of DC.
All right, Nick, I'm disgusted, but Duel of the Fates gets their total up to 29. Is that correct?
Yes, Tim.
Okay, so we're going to move over to Young Justice. This is going to be the spin for you guys. And it lands on Fandom quotes. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Spin again, please.
Okay. This is going to be what you are stuck with. No, it's not, because you get a free spin. You land on American Spies. All right. So, Young Justice, who will be the answerer for you guys? Cameron Holtzman? Okay. Cameron and Javi, are you guys ready? Okay, I'll be giving you your questions, not your answers. Ooh, your questions. Here we go, Young Justice. Your first question in American Spies. One of the main characters is revealed to be owning a store, renting out scooters at the end of which American Spies film?
The Bourne Identity. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. Who plays Chief Atlee in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation?
Simon McBurney. Final answer.
A great name, and that is correct for 2 points. All right, guys, your third question. What specifically does Ethan's team shoot at the top of the building containing the rabbit's foot in order to distract the guards on the roof before Ethan's jump in Mission Impossible 3?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, rabbits, B, records, C, baseballs, or D, grenades.
Baseball is final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. And a little bit of a morbid multiple choice option there, Nick.
Sorry, I heard you say it, and I just pictured them shooting live rabbits. I was like, oh my God.
All right, guys, your fourth question. What is the name of the social media company that is to be secretly used as a global surveillance system in Jason Bourne? Five, 4, 3.
Deep Dream. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in the category of American Spies. What is Jack Ryan's job now that he has retired from the CIA at the beginning of Patriot Games?
Teacher, final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points. So, Nick, Young Justice gets their total up to 20. To Duel of the Fates is 29. Is that what you have?
I had 21, but I might have given them 2 points for their multiple choice option. So.
We'll just make sure because they were at 11, right?
Yep, you're right. Cool.
Okay, so 29 to 20. We're gonna move into round number 3. Round number 3. Whoa, the filmography round. Nick, how is that gonna work tonight?
The filmography round. You guys get it. Let's start it. No, I'm just kidding. Three questions. 1, 2, and 3 point value. 2 clues pointing to a Phantom actor or actress. If you get it correct, you'll get the appropriate number of points. One person will have to take the 1, the other can take the 2. Teams can confer on the 3. That sounds like about it.
You really don't like describing.
I just don't know how to,
That's fair. All right, so Duel of the Fates, you're in the lead. Would you like your questions from set 1 or set 2?
Set 2, please.
Okay, so we're going to start with Young Justice. Nick is going to ask you those questions. So, Nick, take it away with Young Justice.
Young Justice, I'll be giving you your round 3 questions. Who will be taking the 1 point question? All right, Javi, your question for 1 point. Who plays M in a James Bond film and voices a Disney animated cow?
Almost choked. Judi Dench.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Cameron, I'll be giving you your 2 point question. And that question is, who plays a Terminator series scientist and a Planet of the Apes ape?
Helena Bonham Carter.
That's correct for 2 points.
Nice.
All right, and Young Justice, you can work together on this 3 point question. Your 3 point question is as follows. Who plays a Marvel teleporter and voices a DreamWorks wild animal?
All right, so 3 combined. Alan Cummings, Cody Smith McPhee, and Jason Fleming. And whoever Calypso played. No, she's fast. Never mind. Fuck that.
5, 4.
I'm going to take a repeat.
Yeah, repeat it.
Repeat the question, please.
I believe that is your first repeat. The question again. Who plays a Marvel teleporter and voices a DreamWorks wild animal?
Is there another teleporter that we're just missing? Or
Not that I can actively think of off the top of my head.
I think we remember Alan Cumming or Cody Smith McPhee more than we would Jason Fleming.
Alan Cumming is standing out to me.
Okay.
I can't remember where he is in DreamWorks.
Do we want to take another repeat? We can take another
Let's just
repeat.
shoot for it. Alan Cumming, final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for Will I Am.
Great.
Moto like you. Yes. All right. So after Young Justice's turn, they get their total up to 23. Yes.
Yep. That's correct.
Okay. So we will move over to Duel of the Fates. Duel of the Fates, you'll be getting your questions from set number 2. Who's going to be taking the 1 pointer?
I will be.
Okay, Tyler, your 1 point question. Who plays Nick? Yes.
Plays.
Okay. All right. Who plays a Star Trek former captain and a Worlds of DC Suicide Squad leader?
Oh, Idris Elba.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Brittany, the 2 pointer for you. Who plays a Wizarding World professor and an American Spies businessman?
Brendan Gleeson.
That is correct for 2 points.
God, pause. Jesus.
All right, guys, and you can work together for your 3-pointer. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, your 3-point question. Who plays a DC crime boss and a Law and Order police commander?
It's not Stephen McHattie, right?
DC crime boss.
Crime boss, damn it. Tucci.
No, that wouldn't have been him.
Okay. So police. Not.
Police Commander, Law and Order.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your first repeat. Who plays a DC crime boss and a Law and Order police commander?
Police commander, not DC. What's our crime bosses? There's Paul Newman, Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci isn't in.
Police Commander.
I still think Stephen McHattie would he? No. Oh,
Do you want to use another, or do you want to?
Let's use one more, right? We may as well, because we could, yeah.
Okay.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your second repeat. Who plays a DC crime boss and a Law and Order police commander?
Okay, who else is there? Police commanders. Yeah, I'm blanking on crime boss because there's Melissa McCarthy. There's like people like Donald Gleason, like
Fonzo Coretti.
Bill Camp isn't in either, right? No. I still think Stephen McHattie is our best guess. I know it's not right, but you just want to shoot for that and just let it be?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Stephen McHattie, final answer.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Tom Wilkinson.
Oh.
When is he a Law and Order police commander?
Yeah.
Is
he a commander? He's not a police commander. 1 second.
No,
Can we talk?
let's
Talk to Cody real quick.
Aye, aye.
We're going to challenge that he's not a police commander.
Okay, we'll be right back after this challenge. All right, we took a look at the challenge. In the movie at the start of Rush Hour, Thomas Wilkinson is a Law and Order police commander. He later in the film is not, but in the film at some point he is. So the question stands, and Duel of the Fates will lose their challenge. And so we are going to move on. I have to burp or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Whew. We're going to move on to round number 4. It's the deep cut round. Nick, how's that going to work?
Round number 4 is going to work like this. It's the deep cut round. We have another wheel with 10 films on it representing 10 fandom categories, all drafted by the teams you see before you. We will spin the wheel 5 times to get 5 questions from a myriad of movies, possibly the same one, possibly many different. Each question has been written at a deep cut level, and each question will be worth 2 points apiece. You'll have 15 seconds to write down your answer as a team after we have read the question. Any questions we get in round 4? I got to do it now. Jeez. All right.
Okay. Then we are going to kick this off with the first spin of the wheel. Even though I should have read the movies, I'll do that afterwards. Your first question is going to come from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, but the other movies on the wheel are Cars 3, Encanto, Bad Boys for Life, Bumblebee, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, The Bad Guys, Halloween 2018, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and Aquaman. So we are going to read you your first question from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Are you guys ready? And are you guys using the same answers? Yes. Okay, great. So your question in Prisoner of Azkaban. What is the name of the textbook that attacks Harry in his room at the Leaky Cauldron? That's in London.
Is there some kind of wizard plumber that fixes leaky cauldrons? Or
probably. You'd have to think, yes.
That'd probably be more of like a 3 clay worker.
Pens down. Let's go to Duel of the Fates.
So the Monster Book of Monsters.
Okay, and Young Justice.
Monster Book of Monsters.
Both are correct. So both gain 2 points. It is still a 9-point game as we bring back the wheel. This is going to be the spin for question 2. Vroom, vroom, Cars 3. Nick asked the question.
Great. Your question from Cars 3. What is the name of the drink that Flo named after Rusty and Dusty?
I felt my soul leaving my body when I wrote this question.
I felt it return when you said vroom vroom.
I also wrote these when I had COVID, so it was just like I was just sitting there like fucking cars. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Cameron Holtzman and Young Justice.
The Rust Ease medicated bumper bomb.
And Duel of the Fates.
Rusty's medicated bumper bomb.
Yeah, that's correct for 2 points apiece. Knowledge that you now have in your brains, guys. All right, we're going to bring back the wheel. This is your next spin for question 3. We're going to Spooky Town from Halloween 2018. Your question from Halloween 2018 is as follows. Vicky uses what word to secretly talk about weed? I watched this last night.
I weeded my garden earlier.
Nice. Good for you.
Thank you.
5, 4.
Don't have one. That was a lie.
1. Pens down. Let's go to Duel of the Fates.
Alakazam.
And Young Justice.
Alakazam.
Alakazam is correct. So still a 9-point game. We're looking at a score of 30. Holy shit. 38?
20, 30, 38. Yeah, 38.
38 to 29 to 29. All right, so we're going to bring back the wheel for the next spin. This is for your 4th question. Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Nick's favorite film. Nick, go ahead and ask the question.
Okay. Your question is, this is question 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, your question. On their way to the underground church, Nova and Brent pass by the ruins of 3 famous New York buildings. Name 2 of them.
You didn't want to ask for all of them?
Nah.
This is the deep cut round.
Yeah.
It's the scare.
You know what? Change it up. Give me all of them. No, just 2. Just 2. All we need is 2.
5,
Please
4,
don't challenge.
3,
Nick,
2,
you can't joke about that.
1.
I thought we needed 3.
Pens down. Let's go to Young Justice first.
We said the New York Stock Exchange in Queensboro Plaza.
All right, and let's go to Duel of the Fates.
We said the New York Stock Exchange and the New York Public Library.
Duel of the Fates is correct. So we were looking for the New York Public Library, the New York Stock Exchange, and Radio City Music Hall. Joe would like to be brought in.
I think the word famous can be ambiguous at best. They do pass through the subway station called Queensborough Plaza on their way to the city, and I think famous, especially when we have a player that is not necessarily from the US. I think.
Make an argument that I'm Spanish. And
Are you challenging?
So,
And we can
Yes,
hear you.
we
Javi.
will.
We can hear Javi. We can hear Javi. I don't know if he wants us to.
Yes, we're challenging.
Okay.
We'll be right back after this challenge. All right, we're back from the challenge. Nick and I took a look at the scene and also the question, the wording of the question, everything, and we do feel like the answer of Queensboro Plaza does fit the question being asked. So we are going to award Young Justice the 2 points, which is going to make it 40 to 31 with 1 question remaining in round number 4. So we are going to bring back up that wheel, spin the wheel. I'm going to take Beneath the Planet of the Apes off of my voodoo, and Aquaman. You're getting your question from Aquaman. So lady and gentlemen, your question in the deep cut round from Aquaman. Just before the final battle, Orm says that today we unite our kingdoms, but tomorrow we do what specifically?
Tim, I do believe if Duel hits this while Young Justice misses, that will be the match.
That is correct.
But if that doesn't happen, then never mind.
That is correct. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oops.
Pens down. We are going to start with Duel of the Fates.
We just said we conquer the planet.
And Young Justice.
Scorch the surface.
Scorch the surface is correct. So 2 points to Young Justice. So going into round number 5, at the end of round number 4, it is 40-33. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right. So 7-point game. Let's get into round number 5. How's it going to work?
Round number 5 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the round of Fandom Fights. Once the teams hear the category, they can choose who will take the question. The other player will have to take question 2. Teams can reset for questions 3 and 4, and teams can confer on the 5th and final question. Once they hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Teams, any questions as we get in round number 5? I believe Young Justice has 3 repeats. Duel has 2.
Okay. Yes, that is what I have as well. All right. So the first category that you guys can bet points on is, it's everyone's favorite. It's fandom quotes. All right, we're going to start with Duel of the Fates. Who's going to take it and how much are you betting?
I'll be taking it, and I'm going 0.
Okay. And Young Justice, who's taking it and how much?
No guts, no glory, all action. 2.
All right. Your question in the category of fandom quotes. Complete this quote from Lethal Weapon. What did one shepherd say to the other shepherd? Let's get the blank. We are looking for 4 words. What's up?
I found 4 words. At the top here, it says Duel Young Fandom title.
Oh, nice. Good job. 5.
4 words.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Tyler, who bet 0.
Flock out of here.
And Cameron.
Flock out of here.
Flock out of here is correct. So Young Justice will get 2 points. It is now a 5-point game. Brittany and Javi have to take this next question. It is in what category, Nick?
Category is sci-fi icons.
All right, let's get bets starting with Javi. How much are you betting?
I was really tempted by 0, but I think I went with 2 at the end.
All right, and Brittany.
2 as well.
All right, Nick, what's the question in sci-fi icons?
Your question in sci-fi icons. What is the first name of Carly's manipulative boss who turns out to be a villain in Transformers Dark of the Moon?
Your thoughts on Dark Moons?
It's really hard for waterbenders to do stuff in Dark Moons.
Sure, I didn't watch that show.
I'm rewatching it now because
Nice.
I'm feeling nostalgic.
4, 3,
Great.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Javi.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
And Brittany.
Dylan.
Dylan is correct. So it is still a 5-point game, 42-37, going into the third question. You can reset who takes this one, and the category is Marvel, regular Marvel. Let's get bets starting with Duel of the Fates. Who's taking it and how much?
Take it for 2.
All right, and Young Justice.
2.
All right. So your question in the category of Marvel is as follows. A performance from actress Adria Arjona can be found in which Marvel film? Nick, I believe if both hit or both miss, the game will be over. But if Duel misses and Young hits, we will move on.
The charades from the question earlier.
5, 4, 3.
I'll take a repeat.
All right, that is your third repeat. Your question again in the category of Marvel. A performance from actress Adria Arjona can be found in which Marvel film? I hate talking towards this late in the game. It scares me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to start with Javi.
Is that lady from Morbius?
Maybe. And Brittany.
I also said Morbius.
And your winners, and still Fandom Fights Teams Champions, Duel of the Fates. That lady from Morbius is the correct answer. Nick, thoughts on this title match?
That was great, Tim. Sometimes mid-match I'll start prepping my after-match speech of things I'm going to say. And what I was going to start by saying is how great Young Justice is doing, and if they lose, there's just nothing they could do against a team that misses one question cumulatively in round one, and then basically only misses a spattering here and there. But at the end of the day, this turned out to be a really great competitive match, and I was on the edge of my seat in round 3, especially when Brittany was taking her time with that last one, and it didn't seem like it was coming to her. I was like, are we about to have a 1-point game when we came into this? Nearly 9 points at a difference. So at the end of the day, it was a great title match. I think Young Justice performed admirably in both of their first Fandom title matches. Javi and Cameron have never played in a Fandom title match before. So I think they did great. But congrats to Duel of the Fates, who played near perfect. I guess it's 1-1 now. I can't wait for the third one.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Nick, let's get into post-match interviews. I'm going to let you take that away, starting with our unfortunate second-place finishers today, Young Justice.
Young Justice, as I just said, first title match. I think you guys did great. Fantastic stuff. I think it can safely be said that coming in here, they had a bit of an edge, given that they've had more title match experience, especially all throughout this year. And that's something you two had never done before. There's obviously a bit of revenge in their minds, given that you are the only team other than Wookiee Mistake that has ever beaten them, but you're the only team that beat them in a 3-round match. Now it's 1-1. I would think coming into this, you guys didn't have much to lose. Like at the very worst, now you're even. And not only that, but you definitely made them sweat, especially towards the end. I can tell when teams are sweating, and you definitely you made a charge. They outplayed you in round 1, but then rounds 2, 3, you held right with them, and then you even pulled ahead in round 4, and you definitely had them shaking in round 5. So how are you guys feeling about your first title appearance? Are you happy with the performance overall?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I have learned from prepping for this title match is, my God, does playing in title matches make playing in more title matches and just more Fandom matches in general easier? Because now that you don't think about it that hard, but then you deep cut 10 Fandom movies and you're like, oh, that's 10 Fandom movies that I now know functionally one would think everything about it. They both have done that exact same process. 15 times combined now between the two of them, probably something like that. We've done it once. So they got a 140 approximately movie head start on us when it comes to that. But I feel really good. Yeah, round 1 was they got that lead, and that carried them through the rest of it, and it was fantastic performance from both of them. Like, they missed a grand total of 1 question between the two of them in that first round. Yeah, we were ready for deep cuts. Deep cuts felt good. Round 2, we did what we could. Round 5, when the first thing you said was quotes, just in our Skype call, I went, no guts, no glory, all action. Let's just go for it, because we kind of have to at this point. And the fact that we made it more than halfway through that betting round, I will absolutely some ground there, but they had enough of a lead beforehand to outrun us. But for
Is Holtzman breaking up for everyone else?
Yes,
too?
yeah.
Cool. I'll assume you said positive things. Javi, how are you feeling? First title match in the books.
Yeah, it feels really good, actually. Round 1 did not go as expected, or not as expected, as planned, I guess. It wasn't great for either of us, but I think we played pretty well. Round 5, wouldn't have bet on either of those had we had the lead, and none of us would have bet on any of the 3. And you know what? That's pretty good. We hit them. I think I'm getting a little bit better than at the beginning of this year. I don't know. I'm happy to be in a title match. That's something I think I just said that. I never thought I'd be in. But you know what? Duel of Fates are a great team. By Cam. But you know, it's gonna happen. Yeah, they've been dominant all year. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm just happy we took them as far as we did.
Absolutely. Joe, wrap up this team's year. They've had a great year in a great title match. Put a little button on it. Oh,
muted.
Oh, yeah, you're muted, Joe. So you have to, if you're a manager, you have to mute.
This always happens in title matches. There's muting going on all over the place. But look, I think Young Justice have had an absolutely stellar year. They have, from where they started to where they are now, I think it's fantastic. I think today they did play like champions in the sense that they never gave up. There's a 9-point deficit going into that final question of round 4, and they never gave up. And I think that's fantastic. They outscored these defending teams champions in a deep cut round, something that is very new to these players playing in a deep cut round. Tied them in the filmography round. Again, this is new to this team. So I think, and going and betting hard is what you need to do, especially against a team like Duel of the Fates who played phenomenally. And you know, what can you do when they in round 1 they're missing 1 question 2 if you count the bonus between the two of them?
For sure.
And then going perfect in round 2.
Absolutely.
So this ends our season, right?
It sure does.
Yay.
I get to watch
I love Fandom, but yay.
Young Justice, congratulations. Great job. I think you played great, and I wouldn't be shocked to see you back in this ring in the future. So congrats as we bring in our winners today, the still champions with their 3rd title defense, Duel of the Fates. Good shit. You missed 4 questions overall.
I honestly, I kind of wanted to see it keep going, because if you had hit the 5-round points record is 46 points, so you were a couple questions away from getting there. I was rooting for it, but
you were also 1 right answer away from the first knockout we've seen in a title match in a long time. So it can't be understated how dominant you were from the beginning of the match, which makes Young Justice's comeback in the 5th round all the more impressive. But at the end of the day, you still dominated most of the match. Tyler, you're playing like the singles champ. Brittany, you're playing like you want to be the singles champ again. It's not surprising. You guys are doing absolutely fantastic. How do you feel about your 3rd title defense? Is there vengeance? Is the taste of vengeance sweet? Cody.
Yes. Sorry, I always speak for them. They do talk, I promise you. But we have a word limit, and it's only normally for answers. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't here the first time, and that's what I heard every time. Because when I heard Young Justice beat this team, I was like, really? Because I guess I didn't see the match, or I didn't pay attention at that time point. And I'm not saying they're a bad team, but that's how I picture Brittany and Tyler as just this juggernaut team. And no, they played really well today. There was no shot at Cam or Javi. They played super well. The game was decided round 1. Like, that's it. Like, we got into a comfortable lead and we were able to ride that. Like, we didn't stress filmography, even though we missed their 3. They got to go before us and they missed their 3, so there was stress off there. We missed the quotes question in the deep cut at the end. Again, didn't take it. I'm telling you, if we have a 3-point lead, we're still betting 0 on a quotes question any day of the week. It's just we're not going to risk it on that. And Tyler knew it. So he would have bet, and we wouldn't have had any of the comeback that happened. The plus side is we didn't have to dress up in costumes. Again, I still think that Stitch costume has to be one of the most uncomfortable things ever worn while playing. But they did really well. But again, this team, I want this team's reign to be as long as where Nick and Tim have to pull us aside and be like, I want you to stop playing. Because I believe this team can keep going. She stressed me out on the last question on Marvel because she didn't think, and I said as soon as she uses a repeat, she'll get it. And as soon as she asked for it, she wrote it down. It was a breath of fresh air.
I was very confused because she looked stressed. I went back to the doc to read the question, and I came back, and she was just sitting there. I'm like, what happened?
Brittany, Tyler, thoughts on your 3rd title defense? This usually means that if you do lose this thing, you're probably gonna be right back in it right after that.
I
Feel
mean,
good? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
think-
I mean, oh, Brittany, you can go first.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah,
That's
it feels great. I love playing with Tyler. We just get better and better every time, and we've become pretty good friends like this year too. And it's been so great. And yeah, the revenge also feels good. Not as good as I thought it would, because they did play really well, and I do really like them. It feels good, but so yeah, I'm really happy, and I'm just also happy not to lose my other belts. So that's great. Yeah.
Tyler, it was official as of yesterday, but now it's official that it will be extended at least a little bit, that you are the 6th ever double belted champion. I think that's correct. But yeah, you have both belts at the same time. How's that feel?
Well, I only planned for 24 hours, so I don't really know what to do with the rest of my time. No, I mean, it feels amazing. Obviously, you get worried that you're going to be like double belted for a second. But no, it feels great. I felt really good in this match. I don't know what everybody's thinking about.
I'm trying to count up the double. You keep talking.
Okay. But yeah, no, it felt really good.
chat.
I know, like me and Brittany, like this was definitely, since we got the belt, probably our biggest challenge against Young Justice. And we felt like we were really clicking. I know I felt really good. She felt really good. So it was just a really fun match. They played really well. I played a lot better than I played against Apple, which I really appreciated, because I didn't feel great about my performance yesterday. But I felt really good today. I even thought about ice, and I was like, nah, there's no way. It's probably snow. So cost myself a perfect game. Wasn't happy about that. But no, like I said yesterday, this is revenge. This is what this year is. This one wasn't as sweet as it was beating Apple. That one was particularly sweet, but it's still like we're here to take out people. We're here to remind people that just because you beat us once doesn't mean you're going to beat us again. And honestly, I think that's going to keep happening.
Well, yeah, no, I love this story of Tyler's revenge. This being Tyler's revenge here, it's really playing out to be like that. One of the people you may want revenge against, your partner, will be coming for that singles belt. She's got to go through a lot of people to do it. And there's one other team that probably more apropos to this situation, who's very good at winning tournaments. I don't know if they're going to win tournaments, but not to lead the witness. But is there any team you want to see? Any team you want to play at the end of this fall team tournament?
I mean, the only proper way for this to end is going to be me versus Brittany, and then us versus Wookie Mistake. That's the only way that this year can end right. We'll take anybody, but at the end of the day, that's what we need to see.
Cody,
Nothing for you guys. Cody, you want to enter the tournament? You and me against them?
Ooh, nice. Phoenix Club will say that we will take on a member of the Phoenix Club. If not, hey Wookie, we'll see you in the finals most likely. So yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Well, guys, congratulations. I can't wait to see it. Whoever you play is going to be incredible. So congrats on the third defense. Tim, bit of an announce. Can I announce a thing?
I think so, Nick. I think so.
Cool. So we're going into this final act here, Act 5. It's gonna be heavy. You're gonna see people like Brittany, Joe, Rue, David, Ryan, Javi. Lots of people are going to be after that singles belt, and we're going to have a big teams tournament going for Duel the Fates' belt. So I think it's time for everyone to get into Act 5, appropriately titled "Confront Your Fate."
Ooh, that sounds like
the name of it. It's a Voldemort quote.
I was going to make a joke, but we're just going to leave it there. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Nick for writing. I've been Tim. We'll see you guys next time with another great match. Until then, bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.